We're welcoming back to Culver City Dorothy Barrett, who has a history here. Dorothy, you were Miss Culver City a few years ago, weren't you?
Yes, a few years, 1937.
And how did you end up being Miss Culver City?
Well, I was in Culver City and I was signing up in an office, registering. And the man said, would you like to be Miss Culver City in the Miss America contest? And you could enter the contest, you know, at the time through us. I said, well, that's all right. I didn't know what it was, you know. So they put the sign Miss Culver City on me, and I went to Culver City, and they put me in a float, and I floated down Washington Boulevard, and then we had the Miss California contest, or Miss America, and I represented Culver City in the Miss America. I didn't win, but I came out 4th place.
Well,
and you know why I was 4th place? Mainly because I twisted my hair like this when they were judging. I remember that. They told me that.
What did you wear for the competition at that time?
For Culver City, bathing suit.
Bathing suit?
And it was, I remember, it was stretchy. And it had like waffle. It was like a waffles, you know, and that was the first one that ever came out, the bathing suit, a stretchy bathing suit. That's what we wore in the contest. So, and Culver City people were wonderful to us, wonderful to me particularly. And I was very, very proud of being part of Culver City.
And you were Miss Culver City 1937. That's wonderful. So tell us about your acting career here, especially.
Well, I started with Mickey Rooney and Andy Hardy Rides Again at MGM. And then I did almost so many MGM movies I couldn't begin to tell you. The main one I think was The Great Waltz. Joseph von Sternberg was the director. Great Waltz. And then on The Wizard of Oz, I was in The Wizard of Oz. That's what this story is about here too. And I used to walk over to those little buildings on the street. As you enter on each side, I have to look around and see where's the main entrance of MGM.
It's down the street that way to the west.
Oh, there. Well, I used to stand in front of Judy Garland's dressing room and listen to her at 11 o'clock in the morning when she vocalized. Now I teach at a school and they don't even know what vocalizing means nowadays. Nobody vocalizes. But anyway, she did that every morning at 11. And The Wizard of Oz, I was manicured the nails of the lion. And then one time I went to lunch with the lion.
You did?
With another girlfriend, two of us went to lunch at the commissary here.
At the commissary on the MGM line, which is still there.
It is?
It's one of the historic buildings.
Oh my goodness, and listen, I also ate with Howard Hughes there once. And
what did Howard Hughes eat?
Oh, I don't remember what he ate. I don't even think he stayed long enough to receive the food, though, but he did sit at the table for a long time with my uncle, who won the Academy Award for Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers.
Oh.
But anyway, you asked me another question. What was it about? Wizard of Oz?
Tell me about the Wizard of Oz. You were the manicurist?
Okay. I was a manicurist. And I went to lunch one time with the lion. See, the things that stay in your mind after you've done something are not always the top things of the story. Sometimes there are little things that are tidbits that stay with you. You probably know that. So I went to, one thing I remember, I went to lunch with the lion, and I couldn't figure out, he had on overalls, and he had his lion face while he was eating normal food. And it was the funniest thing to see him sit at the table eating with this lion mask. But the mask took like 2 hours to put on. They're not going to take it off when he eats. So, can you imagine? Hi, he looks familiar. I don't know why it does.
Yeah, that was the great Burt Lahr.
So, and Ray Bolger was my best friend.
Same why.
He was wonderful. I'll tell you about Ray Bolger. I've run the American National Academy of Performing Arts. I'm director of it for 46 years. Ray Bolger came next door to rehearse in the large studio we had next door, and he was practicing. And I thought, Ray Bolger, I've got to go over there and see him. So I opened the door about this wide, and I put my head in and I said, "Hi, I'm Dorothy. I'm not the Dorothy, but I was in the Wizard of Oz with you." He said, "Well, not the Dorothy, come right in." So I came in, and he gave me a chair, and he said, "Do me a favor. I rehearse much better when I have an audience. Would you stay and watch?" And I said, "I'm glad." So I sat down in the chair and watched him. And he danced. His dancing was skipping, mostly skipping. But I learned something about dancing that I've never forgotten. And that is that it's not so much what you do, but how you do it. And he skipped and they thought it was dancing. And he was adorable because he made everybody happy when he danced. So I tell my children when I'm teaching, you've got to make me happy when you're dancing. And if you're not happy, I know you're not dancing well, you know? So you have to look like you enjoy it.
So now you were over on the MGM lot, and you were also over here to do Gone with the Wind at the Selznick Studios,
Yes.
where we are today. You were here to work on Gone with the Wind?
Gone with the Wind, yes, in the big ballroom. And I'll tell you a cute little story about it, shall I? Okay. I was in the ballroom scene. I had a pink dress on. In those days, they gave you real jewelry. Everybody had real jewelry. It was really real, you know? Beautiful. Some of it I saved. Anyway, I'm dancing in the ballroom, and I was near the camera, and my partner, dance partner, grabbed me suddenly, and away we went on the set. Well, I had a hoop skirt on. It was real big, you know, full skirt with a hoop underneath. And when they whisked me away, the skirt went away, but underneath my skirt was my makeup kit hidden. And so when it went away, there's a close-up in the camera right there of my makeup kit. And the director said, "Who left their makeup kit on the set?" And I said, "I did. I'm sorry." Because I wanted to touch up my makeup every so often, because maybe they'd give me a few more lines, you know? And so then I felt embarrassed. They had to cut the scene, of course. But it was a wonderful set, wonderful picture. They were just great.
So tell us what you're doing today.
Today, what am I doing? I'm directing a Christmas show. Getting ready for a new Christmas show. December 13th at the American National Academy. And it's called A Touch of Broadway. I was on Broadway 5 years in music. So this is, I believe in the good Broadway music, like sound music and everything.
Thank you very much for coming today. It's always good to have you back in Culver City. And I hope you're back soon.
That's okay.